Today on the American Truck Podcast, Nvidia released some shiny new graphics cards. Dr. Ubershadow thinks he's seen the Fallout 4 Far Harbor DLC before. And iAndrewC gives his thoughts on Overwatch.
The point is that I took a nap without realizing it. And so...
I think I've only done that at work.
I'm tired. I almost did that at work today. Then I went and got a smoothie.
No, you made a pretty good choice. I got Thai food.
You might have made the better choice.
I would have went for a smoothie.
I like Thai food, though.
This is the best Thai food I've had in SF, too.
I would have went for a milkshake.
See, I would, but they make a better smoothie than they do milkshakes. The milkshakes are kind of an abomination.
So you could say that their milkshakes do not bring all the...
No, they make
all the Jeffs to the yard?
No, they definitely cause all the boys to flee. Should we get this podcast underway?
Hello and welcome to the Kyle's in a Drought podcast with iAndrewC.
And Jefferson B.
434.
And Freelance Gamer. 434? That's actually... How many are there? 700 something?
There's 720.
I hate everyone in the world.
I blame iAndrewC. That was not this one.
I didn't say I hate you. I said I hate everyone in the world.
Gotcha.
Jeff, why are you serpentining?
Because I was.
Serpentining, okay? I was trying to be whimsical. Thank you very much.
I was.
Careful, go!
Chameleon. This is a great start.
This truck is speeding up.
This truck is reversing.
I think I've got just enough water now.
Is reversing. That is the best thing about buses in England.
Except for the fact that they have 2 tiers.
No, I really could care less about that. Just the fact that the bus says this bus is reversing.
It's quite
slurp.
This
anyway.
slurp is slurping?
Really?
I still didn't.
There he goes. Oh no, here I go. Wait. I need to wait for Kyle. There he is.
Nope. Going on the wrong side of the road.
No, hey, this is a 70. This is totally not a 70.
Oh,
there was not a single highway that was 70. Going to Barstow.
Hey, I'm taking a shortcut. Forget that.
Hey, so we probably should talk about some kind of news-based things, and honestly, the biggest news that came out this week is the fact that Nvidia dropped some knowledge on us.
Oh, such a knowledge bomb.
So basically, they've announced that their new GTX 1080 and 1070 graphics cards are going to be coming out soon. The Pascal powered, and the 1080 they claim is going to be twice as fast as the Titan X, at least in certain VR applications. And in The Witcher 3, it's 1.6 times faster than the Titan X.
And it's reportedly it only consumes, what is it, about a third of the power of a Titan X?
I'm not positive on that. I know that it uses 180 watts.
Right,
and
it's as much power. It's just a little bit over of the GTX 970.
No, the 980.
Is it the 980?
It's a little bit over the 980 Ti. The 980 Ti does, I believe, 160 is its watts on that. So it's only a little bit more power.
The Titan X pulls an immense amount of power, comparatively speaking.
It may. I'm not going to make that claim, though.
I will. I reference Nvidia's charts. If you go onto their YouTube channel, they actually just released all of the different parts of their talk. When I forget his name, the guy who runs the company got up and Steve Jobs'd his way through this card. I know I'm definitely getting one. I don't know about you guys.
No.
I am.
I'm saying I hate the fact that I'm saving up for a new place to move, because I would actually be really tempted to pick one up.
So not yet. But here's the thing with this card. It pushes 9 teraflops.
And that is why I want it.
The Titan X, for comparison, does 7 teraflops.
Not to say that this won't be an amazing gaming card, because it probably will be a good gaming card, if not amazing. I mean, even if it goes below what we think its performance is going to be, it's still going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless.
The thing has 8 gigs of RAM, of GDDR5X RAM.
I'm saying, even if this was a 50% failure, it'll still be good.
Oh, yeah.
But, I'm curious if it does... I just thought about this, because you were talking about it last week. Mining.
Oh, like
Yeah.
crypto coin mining.
Yeah.
Well, it
That
has
might be
Okay.
pretty heavy.
it has 2,560 CUDA cores,
So that should be pretty
That's
good,
many.
actually. Yeah.
many cores.
My inner video editor is like screaming right now because that just sounds glorious.
Yeah, it can support resolutions up to 8K.
Yeah.
On one display.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's my one problem is actually if I were to get this card and all of like the subsequent gear that's going to need to accompany it, my display will not be able to handle an eighth of. It will only be able to handle an eighth of that kind of power.
Right. The 1080 is gonna MSRP for $599 which is for
It's a roller coaster. Sorry.
the third-party developers for it. There will also be a Founders Edition, which will be sold directly by Nvidia, which is the reference card. That'll be for a $100 upcharge, so it'll be $699. And they're supposed to be available May 27th. And then hasn't been a lot of information from the third-party manufacturers just yet. Now, here's the thing that piques my interest more than the 1080. The specs of the 1070. That card pushes on its own 6.5 teraflops, which puts it at basically the Titan X class. And it's got 8 gigs of GDDR5 RAM, not the X RAM, but just regular 5. And it's gonna MSRP for $379.
See, that's more spawn right there in action.
So it's pushed back a little bit further. It's going to come out June 10th. There's not a lot. There's nowhere near as much information about the 1070 as there is the 1080 because obviously the 1080 is the big fancy thing that they're trying to push right now. But it's definitely going to, and they've actually said it should exceed the performance of Titan X in most workloads. So.
Definitely a serious performance boost.
If
for a
you're
lot
not
of-
looking to do VR, but you want to do high-end gaming, that's a good place to save some money.
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
and I mean that I could definitely see for a lot of people. I know I'm like myself. I'm experimenting with VR right now,
Right.
and so
If
it's one
you're
of
a
those things
VR
where-
person or someone who's really interested in VR, yeah, you're gonna probably want to pick up the 1080.
right? I
because
would even
it's gonna make
say
more sense.
just because of the frame buffer that you're going to get on that 8 gigs of RAM. Anybody who has any interest in doing in-home streaming, this is really going to help out with just smoothing out your frame rates and making sure that those who have Steam links in their house, like myself, it's just going to make things nicer.
But that's really all we know for now. We'll probably keep updating you randomly about information about that as we get more specifics, especially on the 1070 and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And just to give you a brief PSA here, with anyone who hasn't updated to Windows 10 yet, those free upgrades are going to end on July 29th. So make sure you've started the move over process before then, because you're gonna have to pay $120 for the home edition to upgrade after that.
Yikes! Now for the typical home user, just a quick comment on that. There really isn't much of a process. Am I right?
No, you click the download upgrade button and then it does it.
Yeah.
Yep.
just
And if it
magically
doesn't work
migrates
for
your
some
data.
reason, you can actually go to their site, and they have a thing that's the Windows Media Creation tool, and that'll actually allow you to make install disks or do a complete upgrade from it. So it's actually a dual-purpose function.
Yeah, and you definitely want to upgrade to that if you haven't already. It's a solid upgrade.
Caca!
Solid OS.
Yep. Let's see. Twitch is doing some things, and they're testing out something that you think probably should have had before, but it didn't. The friend system is in beta, so you can have friends and message them directly and see when they're online and whatnot.
And be like, hey, dude, you should totally check out X person's
Friends?
stream.
Dude,
Like-
what is this, like 2009?
I think so. I think it's,
You know, I mean,
it's a little late in
It's long
coming.
overdue. I'm glad that it's here, but
Well, it's only even partially here. Right now, the only way you got into it was by signing up at PAX East or being one of those high-end community members.
wait, really?
Mm-hmm. You also can gain access by having someone who went to PAX East or is one of those people send you a friend request, and then it'll invite you to the beta.
Wow, it's
Friends.
It's a tad sad, actually.
Yeah, so you gotta go hit up those friends and try to coax them into adding you.
And then wait, if they, I wonder if it propagates like it's old Gmail. If I've been a friend added by somebody from PAX and I add someone? Question mark?
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure that works. Just like Gmail in olden times. Man, that was a long time ago. I remember when you had to be invited to Gmail.
Yep.
Now it's like the mainstay of email programs.
Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, pretty much. So speaking of a DLC far, far away, Fallout 4's latest DLC, Far Harbor, that's coming out May 19th.
Looks like shit so far.
Apparently, it looks like crap.
Kyle, did you see the trailer?
No, I haven't. Please elaborate.
The opening, the first thing you hear in the opening is, "Please go save my child." You're going to an island on a boat to save a child.
Yeah.
Where have we heard this before?
It sounds like Point Lookout.
It sounds like Point Lookout. It looks like Point Lookout. It probably smells like Point Lookout. If it probably is Point Lookout.
Which is Point Lookout was the I believe it was Montauk Point they used as the example in Point Lookout, where you went and basically the peninsula became flooded, became an island, and you had to fight off a bunch of. It was a really good DLC. I'd be sad if they actually just kind of copy it though.
Yeah. So we had a couple times where we thought maybe it was based on the Bar Harbor in Maine, and they did confirm it is Bar Harbor in Maine that it's based on. This is $25 if you don't have the season pass. So
Yet another reason why the season pass was a great deal.
Yep, and there's still more DLC that's in the pipeline after this. So
here's hoping that if this one doesn't turn out well, the next one will.
We're gonna probably get visited by aliens and get sucked up by an alien ship, and you have to go through the alien ship.
Now. Let's see if it's bad.
I'm hearing a wee bit of salt from the Dr. Ubershadow here.
I think I'm tasting a wee bit of salt.
I think the quote of friend of ours, sodium environment too heavy. Mike has died.
Jefferson B, I think that might be the beach you just drove by. Hey, so did any of you guys play Overwatch?
Nope. I was planning to, but sleep.
TF2?
You have you played TF2, Mike?
Actually, no, I haven't.
I have heard that it is definitely a good game.
I got a chance to play it. I played it during the first closed beta, not the most recent closed beta. I got a chance to play it, and then I took it and looked at it again during the open beta right now, and honestly, it felt a whole lot like TF2, but surprisingly, there wasn't any of the raging jerk faces yet. I'm sure it's just a matter of time. I'm sure they will show up. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of nice that I have people raging at me for being terrible at that kind of game, like I am.
Do you think that's what the paywall is going to help with, in the fact that because you have to lay out money for it, there are going to be less jerks?
Nope, because it didn't help in Team Fortress.
Yep, because we played, or at least I played TF2 way before it was free.
Yep, yeah, we all did. Yeah, we paid money for that. I remember not paying a lot of money for it, but I definitely paid
20 or 10 for it, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I think we were selling sale and we bought it. So yeah, but it was we paid money for that game and played it for a while, and we were quite angry when it went free to play. So
I was okay with the free to play until I don't know, too many changes.
Yeah, a lot of changes. It's not as fun anymore. Overwatch was actually kind of nicely fun for the fact that it's different. You're like, there's enough difference to it where you're like, oh, that's actually kind of nifty. The way the characters are done is really good. There's a lot of the abilities that the characters have is really unique, which I think makes it better in my opinion.
Okay.
It sounds to me like there was a lot of care that was made into the crafting of this game.
I would say so, yeah.
This was not slapped together in somebody's weekend project.
No, it definitely wasn't.
Somebody cares about this game.
And you know what? I really didn't see a lot of bugs. Personally, I didn't really run into glitches or anything with it, so I would say that the beta process has worked well. I know that they had to drop the competitive mode for release because it just had too many problems that they did, to be able to really test out right now. So I know that they said that that's going to come out at a later time.
I wonder if that's front end or back end stuff.
Who knows? Probably back end. I mean, I really didn't, didn't even really feel like there was server problems. I really, couldn't tell where people were, and there was no real issues on that front either.
Right.
I will end my comments on it with hashtag not sure if worth $40 out of 10.
So maybe wait until it goes on sale.
Maybe at that point I'll pick it up.
Kyle, will you put down the water bottle, man?
Anyway, I've got one more thing here that I thought was kind of interesting. It's the YouTube top 10 trending games for April of 2016. What do you think the number 10 is? So the last thing, not the top, but the number 10.
FNAF.
Games.
Number 10 is like the most viewed game videos.
Right.
So, like,
top 10
games or
trending.
videos.
So number 1 would
Top
be
10
most viewed, and then 10 is
10 is least viewed. I'm gonna say Subnautica.
okay. I've never heard of that.
I would have guessed at this point Super Hot, because Super Hot's starting to become less trending.
Right.
So it'd still be on the list, but
Good call. Good call.
All right. Nope. None of those were even on the list.
Oh.
Number 10 in top 10 trending for April was Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Wait, is that out?
The beta happened, and so there's a lot of people playing it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Number 9, though, it's
FNAF?
quite perplexing in my opinion.
Still calling for Subnautica.
It's The Sims 2.
Wait, what?
yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say that one because
I don't get it. Like, why?
Okay.
Why are people playing Sims 2? And more specifically, why are people watching The Sims 2 on YouTube?
You know
right
what it
now?
probably is? It's probably one person who has a decent amount of followers or an extreme amount, and then people following that trend.
I was about to say, do we know if any major streamers are playing The Sims 2 right now? Just
don't.
out of the lulls.
Of the people I watch, I don't know of any of them.
See,
doing
same here.
it.
I haven't seen anything out of people that I watch, but
But that would be my guess, is something like that.
That's possible. Very
That's
possible.
weird.
It's just odd that it's The Sims 2. I can understand The Sims 3 and The Sims 4. Actually, I'd be surprised if it was The Sims 4 because that game's garbage.
Yeah, as I say, that 3 makes sense.
But 3 would make sense. But 2 is just like, why are you playing 2? 3 is better.
I mean, it's random, but now did 2 have all kinds of cool expansion packs?
Not
or anything?
really. 3 had more and better expansions, in my opinion. That would have made it more worth it to be playing for YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't know.
that was an odd thing that I saw on that list. I was like, what?
Yeah. Anything else super odd on that list that stuck out to you?
Not really. Number 8's Overwatch. Number 7, Doom. 6, Gears of War 4. 5, Ratchet and Clank. 4, MLB The Show 16.
That one's definitely interesting.
That is an odd thing to be on the
that
list.
is a
right in the
curveball right there.
That's good. I picked that up. I caught that. Number 3 was Enter the Dungeon.
thanks for
Number
fielding my
2,
joke.
Quantum Break, and number 1 was Dark Souls 3.
Okay, I could see that. Quantum Break looks really interesting. I'd seen the trailers for it.
So it's interesting. We'll see if I have to keep an eye out for this list next month.
Yeah, that's
See if it
really
shifts.
interesting. Just keep a pulse on
Yeah.
the YouTube gamer scene of which we are a part.
Yeah, see what shifts. Interesting enough, we don't play any of those games.
Not at all.
We are not part of that trending games for April.
Hashtag not trending.
Right.
I just got hit and run.
How?
I have 100 damage. A random player was on my side of the road, and he ran into me.
Press the
And
report
he just
button.
drove right off as if he never hit me, probably because he didn't on his screen.
Dude.
I'm at 100 damage. I can't move.
Well, that's it for today. I don't have any more news for this podcast. Tune in next week where we got some information about Pokemon Sun and Moon, as well as starting this week. If you go down into the doobly-doo, there'll be a link for a giveaway for one of those
Darkrai.
one of those fancy Pokemon. And this one is Darkrai, and you'll get 2 lucky people get a code if they win the giveaway. And it'll run for, I'm going to say about a month or so. Make sure you tune in next week. You'll get all that information about Sun and Moon, as well as some other things that we'll talk about. Make sure you hit that like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And we will see you guys next week.
Whatever that sound
All right,
was,
ready?
I never want to hear it again.
Wait. This sound?
Ah,
Oh man, I know. Oh, that's great.
that
I gotta
is.
keep this less filled more often.
What is
That
that?
water
even?
bottle.
No!
Oh my god, here, I'm getting a little, put more water.
Ah, that is like the worst sound I have ever heard in my life.